Hi everyone, welcome to Life Tips by Ning. In today's video, I'm sharing the explanation for the 27th hexagram in I-Ching called Nourishment. Actually, the character for this hexagram also is the same name for the Summer Palace in Beijing, so you can kind of see the meaning behind it. It's a place for the royal family to relax during the summertime and provide like nourishment and relaxation. So that meaning can also be read through the image of this hexagram, because the external triagram is mountain, meaning stop, staying still, and the inside triagram is thunder, meaning movement. So it's a exact mirror image of our mouth. The top mouth doesn't move much, but the bottom one moves. So it describes anything to do with the mouth, like the foundational body nutrition, like how we eat, take care of our body, moving on to how we speak, and how one person talk reflects their internal moral system and value system. So it's elevating from the material world up to the spiritual world. And if you boil down the whole point of this nourishment hexagram, it comes to one word called moderation. Because transitioning from the 26th hexagram, Great Harvest, you have a lot of accumulation of resources, great success. Now we're at the nourishment one, meaning how do we, what is the right way to allocate those resources? Like a lot of the modern disease is from overeating. A lot of the problem or trouble we cause is speaking the wrong thing or over speaking. Only talk when it's appropriate. That's a very one of the fundamental East Asian wisdoms out there. So it all boils down to moderation. Don't overdo it because of greed. Then you will actually turn something great into a negative or a trouble for yourself. So that's the point of moderation, especially the meaning of this mountain on top, just putting a stoppage in the ceiling to things. And another point of this 27th hexagram is about the right path for nourishment. So it's kind of like our whole life. How do we build and grow our life? The internal triagram is emphasizing how do you build yourself up so that you can be self-reliant, like work hard, don't rely on other people, right? It's the right type of work ethics to provide food on the table. And the external triagram is about giving back. Now that you're at the power of being self-reliant and successful, how can you help provide nourishment for other people who are in need? That is the wisdom for this hexagram. So when you go through individual lines, if the line follows the spirit of the overall hexagram, the result will be positive because you're following the law of the nature and the universe. However, if you go against it because human greed or kind of inability to persist for a long time, for whatever reason, if you deviate from it, the natural result will be negative. So looking at individual lines, let's take a look at the first one. The first one is a yang line, meaning I have a natural born, like very pure spirit. You have this kind of the right motivation, the right skill and strength within you to build a good life for yourself because you're at the beginning stage. However, what makes this line very negative is because this person give up its inner strength and inner spiritual pursuit because it got distracted by the material gratification from other people. The original line description is very vivid. It says, "Give up my inner turtle while watching other people eating a great feast." In Chinese culture, turtle is a very spiritual animal because it's a symbol of long life. It doesn't eat much and it just kind of meditate and calmly deal with the world. that is a spiritual animal. And another sidebar comment, like in feng shui, is really fun fact. In old times, like people trying to find the energy spot in the house, they just let a turtle walk around the house, and wherever it decides to lay down, that is the right chi spot. But anyways, that's the whole point about using turtle to simplify one's spiritual values. But this one is in such a rush to pursue material gratification because it's jealous of other people's success, and it is ignoring your own internal calm and spiritual pursuit, because this is such a violation of the wisdom of the overall hexagram. That's why the result is negative. Moving to the second line, this is the yin line. Typically, if you have some help, the right type of natural relationships, for example 2 and 5, if this one was a yang and this is a yin, it's actually not that bad because you have a natural supporter in your life. But this one has another yin in the partnership position. Yin and yin repel each other, and it's sitting on top of a yang, which is the anti-natural placement. Because of those clues, you can see this person, rather than being self-reliant and working hard to get a successful life, it gets lazy and complacent. It tries to rely on, just ask for help from other people, whereas him or her is plenty capable to work on it themselves. Because of that attitude, it's anti-nature. That's why the result is negative as well, because it's seeking from the wrong source. You should rely on yourself, whereas and you're plenty capable, but this person just too lazy or complacent and doesn't want to try. The third one is a negative one as well. It's an yin line, meaning lacking kind of initiative, because yin is more like introversion, like being more passive. This person, you're supposed to at the end stage of this kind of, if you use an analogy for a human life, like before 30 or 40, when you're trying to build a successful life, before you kind of turn into the later half of your life, right? This should be the prime age of that success. However, this person is still lacking this self-reliance attitude. It doesn't try. Even though it gets stuck, it just kind of out of habit trying to wait for other people to help them. And because of that anti-nourishment philosophy and principle, it's resulting in a very long-lasting misfortune. This is one of the worst ones out there, saying even though you try things for a long time, like 10 years or longer, you might still be fruitless. You don't see any positive result because of that wrong attitude. The fourth one is kind of venturing into that upper stage, which is kind of the later stage of our life. And the guiding principle there is for us to, we're supposed to be successful from your own hard work journey. Now is the time to pay back, to help other people as much as you can, to pay forward. And this one, it says this person is fairly determined, very focused, and very driven to achieve their goal. In the meantime, they will provide nourishment to people who are in need. So this is a very good one. The fifth one is in that position of power, because the fifth is in the middle of the top one, meaning it's in that king, is the person of power. However, in this one, it's a yin line, and it's actually relying on the sixth line above him to give himself nourishment, whereas technically you're in a position to provide for other people because you're in that king's position. That's why rather than being very kind of directive or giving out orders, you need to realize where you're getting your help from. It's actually from somebody who are greater than you, who have more resources or experience. So just humbly take in, be very tamed don't disturb it and just follow, kind of being this yin line, being still and follow and receive this help. Well, it won't kind of create new havoc or risk. But the top line is the main line of this hexagram, meaning that it is this young one who he is the source of nourishment for all other people, for this one and this one. He's at that ultimate ending stage of accomplishment. So I have the capability to help other people, and I'm willing to do a good deed and provide for them. That's why it's positive. The only caution is, because you're not in this king position, you might evoke some jealousy or making other people feel like they're threatened by you because of your own great power. So keep on doing the helping, the providing role, but keep in mind that the more power we have, the higher position we're in, the more risk and danger is around us. Just it's calling out that don't forget about the caution side, because we're still dealing with all kinds of people. There are evil people out there, and there are people who seem to be nice, but there might be a backstabber. So those type of things, still be very realistic about those risks around you while you're showing off your great power to provide nourishment to other people. But it's still a very positive one. So that's the overall explanation of the 27th hexagram in I-Ching called Nourishment. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.